Okay, so the book that I'm using is this one. I've just started doing it. It's about a mixed media one. It's quite a nice thick one, although I don't think I'll be able to use it all the way through because it'll just become too big. And at the back, get a nice little pocket. You've got something to keep it all closed with. But I've made a rookie mistake already. I worked on the very front page and I've stuck it to the front, so I now have a crease there. But this book's just for me, so it is absolutely okay. And it does come with a little mat in there, but I've kept made another one myself as well, just for any leakage. And I have stuck 2 pages together just to stop it bending the way it was. And I suppose I'll get more proficient in it. Let's have a little close-up look at all the stuff I used in this project. I got lost in it, and for my first time, I'm really happy with the results. I love them, and it's come across what I had in my mind. I've got to improve my application, so I'll be doing more studying. So for the professional people out there, I will be watching your videos, liking, subscribing, and giving you some comments. But let's have a little look. I worked with gesso, and that was for using when I did my stencils and my Mod Podge. Ooh, focus. For the gluing. I've yet to find out if I'm using those right and if there's other things I should be using, because when I applied these tissues, which I just got from Amazon, absolutely love these, I removed them down to the single ply, but I found that it crinkled a lot and I ripped it really easy. So maybe it's just the way I'm using it. Maybe I'm a little bit heavy-handed. Let me move those things out of the way because they weren't within it. So yes, I used tissues. The colours that I played around with, although not a lot of them came through, was my Mars Black. I had a little bit of the orange, a little bit of the red, a little bit, and when I say a little bit, it really was magenta and purple. So just to try and work on the tones and bringing it together. Obviously, there was white in there. Used some washi tape, which is this one. Oh, sorry for my hands. You can tell I've freshly finished. This was from Amazon. You got it in a selection of different tapes. And then a little bit of mini books in here, 365 little stamps that I used. I also have a date stamp that I'll show you. A gold pen was used. I also used some of these leftovers that I've had for a while, the little diamante hearts. Love these. Again, these came from Amazon and Etsy. You get little packs so you can have a little look at which ones you like, and yeah, you just fish through and find what you want. Some stamps, very old ones. I did have some ink stamps, but I've had them for about 10 years. It's all dried up, so I will have to get some more ink stamps or ink to put in the stamps, but I did put love and hope in there. These were from the small stickers that I put on. You've got white ones and you've got black ones at the back. I chose to go with black for the dramatic effect that it was going to give me on there, and it just spoke to me. This is how I started with the backdrop, and I cut it up. This was from Amazon as well, and you got a pack and there's about 5 sheets in there, but I was really feeling romance. I would have used a little bit of paper towel, a glass jar for my water. I used the 3 different brushes for applying my gesso and my paint around the edges for the black border as well as the white. I did use a little bit of a black marker, just to stencil in some areas, but very sparingly. So that, I suppose that goes with a gold pen. This is what I applied my gesso with, but again, I've got to work out if I'm using the right thing and the right amount. Hairdryer to help it dry, and then some very old stencils that I've had with just the hearts in there, and then that was the little heart motif, and then I used the word love. And yeah, I'm happy with how it's all come together. Let's have a little look at the finished piece close up now. This is what we're looking at. I love the black border, how it brings it all in. I love that I did add those additional bits of the napkins, because when I first applied it, I got it very creased. I love the words that are in here. Start doing the things you love. Fall in love with as many things as possible, which is what I am so particular about with art, just learning so much. This is about my Neil, hope, my Neil with love. Marriage, I do. Elvis was in the building with us. I'm happiest when I'm with you. It's created texture. So this is where it splattered a little bit, but you know, you look afar, you can see hearts. It's okay. And Vegas, we got married in Vegas, so I'm just feeling the love and love you with all my heart. Vegas. And I do love that some of these words have come through with a napkin, but this is the thing I've got to perfect. Obviously here not, because it's doubled up and you can see the napkin, whereas here it's gone really smooth and you can see through some of those words. I put my washi tape down here, just got to come and trim the edges off, but I do like the graduation of colour, how it brings it together. I just don't know if that's too harsh, but you know what, it's framed and I was feeling the love. Stamped it, look. Got my little border here, which I love. That was all in it. That was from our original things I purchased when we were getting married, but we ended up going to Vegas, so I didn't need them. But how cute is that there to incorporate that? Got a little bit better with that stencil compared to the first attempt. Maybe it's about troweling it on and drying it. Stamped the word love. There was a few other things under there. My Neil with love and hearts. So it was just an exploration, and people make it look really easy, and for me it wasn't as easy because I just needed to let go and just use it as art therapy for me to help channel my thoughts. Something for me. There is no right or wrong. Love my little bit of bling down. And yeah, it's just something I want to do. So this is the first day of my art journal. So this year I hope to fill it up and maybe once a week create something. But yeah, let me know what you think. Be kind. Speak to you later. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. If you've got any tips and tricks to share with me about some of the things that I found challenging for my first time, I would love to hear from you. Anyway, see you on the next video. Bye-bye. So you saw what the end result is, and I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing at the moment. Now, I've got washi tape here because this book, you could tear out the pages. Should you wish, you can put it in a picture frame. So I wanted to protect anything going through to the next pages. Now, this is one where I am just exploring it. It's my first ever art journal and you are here with me. I'm playing around with different products and I don't even know if it's the products I should be using, but I love that. Now, I have been watching quite a few people on YouTube for inspiration and I just love the creative world that you can do that. So I am gessoing my paper at the minute to try and protect it, and I'm using one of these pieces of paper that I got off Etsy. And if you just put art journaling, I don't know, back paper, prints, napkins, you're going to get all sorts of things coming up that are amazing. Now I'm using Mod Podge here to stick down the bits you see. So I think for me, the thing I am trying to break out of when it comes to my creativity is artistic freedom, and I've just done a 28-day challenge, and I am going to give you a video where I'm reviewing it and talking through my thought processes, and that was to help me explore colours. It was to help me explore different techniques, but it was to create for one single day for 28 days straight. And in between that, I'd started to do a little bit of journaling. Well, I've only done one, and I love this process because it scares me. And I think the only thing you need to know when you start art journaling is there are no rules. Now, that's what I'm trying to break because I'm so, I'd say methodical, or I have an end goal, or I know what I'm working on. With this, it's kind of like, no, this is your freedom. There are no rules. There is no right or wrong way, but just start it. And so you'll see me on my very first one, and I am channeling my Neil and our trip to Vegas and love. And with everything that's going on in the world, we all should focus on love. So I wanted a passionate piece that to me had, when I say intense colours, it's got flowers in there and everything like that, but the dramaticness of the black edges and these napkins And what I did, it was liberating. I can't wait to do my next piece, which now I've done my 28-day challenge, I can carry on doing it. Now the napkins, very delicately, you can pull your different layers off. It's a 3-ply napkin. If you pull your 2 layers off, you can use the pull-off bits for creating texture on other pieces. And what you can see, that word where it's got marriage in there, again, I got it off Etsy. You get some pages for art journaling that have different words on there, different backgrounds, and I'm just trying to work out, what do I want it to look like? I tried a stamp, and that's when I realised that the stamp I'd got that was nearly 10 years old, the ink's dried out, so go get yourself some more, Sharon. When you can see me sticking anything down where I'm happy, that's the Mod Podge. And you have to be very careful with these napkins. So what I have discovered is it's okay to have creases, because that's going to add to texture. Mod Podging it on top is going to help protect it, but it is a clear one. It dries clear, and I think this one's glossy. But when you're applying your napkins, go very gently. Don't add too much pressure. It can bump and crease, and you see me come in and fix one of the petals up by sticking another piece on top of it. And just go with that feeling of what is it that you're seeing, and have some fun. Go with your intuition. And yeah, but it was interesting seeing how I coped along the way with some of the challenges. And then in my head, I'm thinking, well, am I cheating because there's roses there? Should I be drawing roses? And it's like, there are no rules, Sharon. This is a way to express yourself so that you can come up with some creativity, freedom of doing this for yourself, but I am sharing it with you all, hopefully to encourage you to do art journaling if you've not done it before. Now, if you have, let me know what have you done, and share those tips and tricks with me. Share what you've done. I'd love to see that on Facebook. Remember, I have a hashtag, which is hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much. If you're proficient at art journaling, I hope you enjoy seeing me explore it for the very first time. I'm predominantly known for a resin artist on YouTube, but my actual main form of art is brushwork. Pop over and see some of my back catalogue. And as always, thumbs up, subscribe, share. Comments are always helpful, and sharing your wisdom. Now, this sheet of paper came in another pack from Etsy / Amazon, where you can ask for backing sheets or inspirational pieces for art journaling. And I really like this, but there was only one of these in the page. Now, when I put it on here, I was hoping that by using my single ply napkin and then adding my Mod Podge, you'd see through the words. Now, one thing I've discovered with art journaling is it's about layering, and you might go over certain things, you might end up covering it up. Nobody wants to waste material, but it is about going until you're happy and you don't know where that journey is going to take you. So I think I've been looking up some of the things on what is art journaling, and there's some amazing content out there on YouTube from other people, but also on the internet. So have a little look. I've got quite a few books now to fill in, because I am going to stick my pages together so they're a little bit more hardy. And you can actually transfer some of these onto canvases and do big collages. I think that's the word for it. But just remember, your art journal is a place for you for creative expression. So you should do absolutely what makes you happy, and toss all your reservations out of the window. Yes, please, I'll have some of that. Don't worry if it's good enough, because it's all about the process. And it's most definitely 100% is not about perfection. It is about process. So yes, there's one thing you really need to know about starting art journaling. There are no rules. So I was channeling love, and I had a little play around, and I've learned different things now, which is you don't use gesso, Sharon, to create texture from your stencils. That should really be like the modelling paste or coarse paste. The save the date thing I mentioned before, that was from when we were actually planning to get wedding in Vegas. Put a few stamps over. I really love that message, hope and love. And some little bit of bling, you know me, I like a little bit of bling. This is where you can see I put gesso down. I mean, it still works, it still creates texture, but it wasn't the effect 100% that I was looking for. But it's not about perfection. I think for me, I've been on a journey trying to find stress relieving projects to do in my art. Along my 28-day challenge with you, I've talked about that
art is not about perfection for me. I do not, well, I do want perfection in the piece I'm working on. Let's get that right. And I'll keep working until I'm happy with the piece. But what I'm trying to say is that I work on lots of different forms. I just enjoy learning art and using art as a way to de-stress, as a way to grow my brain by learning new things. So I like to apply them and take them into different projects, and hopefully I am evolving and I'm growing. And the 28-day challenge was to help me liberate and break free and remove self-doubt, and I think that's what this art journaling is, especially a way to escape from what's going on in the world, or time for you. And I think what I am finding is by doing some of these processes to try and become more liberated, I'm seeing different colour schemes that I wouldn't have worked before. I'm seeing possibilities to take into actually canvas work. So I think it's a way for you to express how you're feeling, whether it be creativity, whether it be through thoughts, ideas, experimenting with new creativity techniques, whether it be learning how to create an art journal so you can give totally explore your creativity and become free, because there's no limits. It's your own private space where you can write, draw, create almost anything. You don't have to share it with anybody. But it is a way of cataloguing it. I mean, you can do it with art, you can do it with new materials that you're trying, you could do it with words. There is no limitation. So I think it's about, if you're having terrible days, bad days, good days, good days, we all get them. And I think that's how you can channel where it is that you're feeling. And for me, it was love, but it's also exploring that creative freedom. So I think it's about giving you space so you can express all those feelings rather than bottling them up on those heavy days, whether it be life, loss, pain, illness, self-doubt. There's so many things you can think about. So I think don't just think it, do it. And for people that are scared to pick up their brushwork, this might give you a quick, easy way to boost your energy levels and center yourself and learn different strokes when you're doing this. And I'm not trying to preach to you. It's a personal choice. Now I'm adding in different colors here and tones because it was just a little bit disjointed, this centerpiece. I was trying to get my white space back. I am covering up some things that I think, hang on, I like this effect better. And I wasn't really thinking, I was just doing. And I really like the idea of the negative space, which is something I've struggled with in my resin work and other work. But it's amazing what journey this will take you into. And I would just love to know if you have tried it before. What have you tried? What do you think about this? Is it something that you'd like to see more on of my channel? So whether I do a weekly one, you get to see what is it that Sharon's feeling at the moment. I think that we are all creative people. I think that we can all create amazing art. We all have different levels that we start at, but it is a muscle memory. It is about practice, and that's why I set that 28-day challenge for me. More practice helps you perfect, learn, discover, or accept that maybe that's not for you. So I think I want to encourage you all to find your way of expressing what is your creativeness inside. And I think you should consider yourself an artist when you do this. It's kind of like resin art or fluid art, and some people question that's not real art. Well, what is real art? It's all about inner peace and expressing yourself and you being happy with what it is that you're doing. And I think this is a good place for us to start. Or if you think that you're fairly proficient at art, I'm still going to enjoy this freedom. And I think it's going to go hand in hand with my ongoing art and ongoing channel. So I'm hoping that this is going to awaken my inner artist and creativity, and I'm hoping it's going to awaken it for you. I think it can be enlightening for us to explore our own personal goals, benefits, feelings. And I think whether you are believing it or not, I think it helps you develop your own intuition and explore your own spiritual gifts. And I really do connect with my art. I've always said that I paint what I'm feeling, And I believe that there is a connection, but that's a personal thing for me. And I think the great thing with art journaling is it's not expensive. You can use any old books you've got. You can use any book. You'll find what is going to be right for you. I don't know. I'm just starting with this big one because I like to work slightly bigger. And I'm going to see how that goes. And I think most of the stuff you could use, you may have already around your craft room, and then just build up your supplies. You might only just need acrylic paints and then draw your own things. But I just wanted to try different mediums within this. Anyway, all I've really talked about the art journaling and the reason behind it and why I've done it. But you can see from what I'm doing, you saw the material that I used at the beginning. You can see that it's work in process as I'm going, and I really do love the end result, and I love the dramaticness of going with the dark words to express that love. But if you do have any questions, let me know. I'm not going to list all the products I showed you at the beginning. I'm not trying to encourage you to go to Amazon or Etsy. I'm encouraging you to just express yourself. Find what you do have around the house. It could be that we form a little club, that if I've got a whole bag of napkins that I really like and I'm not necessarily going to use them all, maybe we can do a little swapsy. And if you're up to that, let me know, because I think that's the thing I've discovered. When you are going to buy some of these stuff, they come in packs. And they're probably more cost effective, but you're not going to use them all unless you're going to do repetition of your journaling. What else would I want to say? I think about if you are going to dive into it and you are going to get into this, I think you need to sometimes be clear of your intentions and the reason you're going to create your own visual journey. And I think that's going to help it much easier when you start doing it. For me, with each one, I'm going to express a feeling, and this one was love. And I'm going to try to just let my hair down and not have any pressures of getting things right and just have fun. And the purpose is to make me be freer with my creativity. So I want to know if you're going to come on this journey with me. I want to know if you'd like to see this being a regular feature on my channel, because I am going to do it regularly. And I'd love to know what you think to this piece. But if you haven't already, consider giving me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and consider coming back and seeing more of my work or back catalogue. For the people that did support me on my 28-day challenge, you will not know how much that means to me. I hope my words convey it, because on the days when I wanted to not do it, because this is my first day not doing it and I'm already missing it, I was thinking of you all, and that kept me going. And because my brushwork is not necessarily as appreciated on YouTube as much, it is on my Facebook. You sometimes, I think it's because it's so personal, your art, and you're sharing it, and you want to be liked, or you want people to appreciate it. But my channel is mainly to inspire other people to give it a go. And so if it has inspired you to give it a go, remember #Sharon Lindley inspired me. Remember to come back and visit me again. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You might think, Sharon, why did you put washi tape back over it? It's because I like the look of that wording, and I'd covered it up with all the white paint. But that was to bring it all together and make it look not so disjointed. And I think I ended up with the end result. Again, there's no right or wrong, but what I would have loved to have done is kept some of that wording on the marriage form and kept some of that wording behind the roses. But I absolutely love the end result. To me, it captures love. When I look at this, it reminds me of me and Neil and our recent trip to Vegas. And I hope that you can feel the love that's in there. And yeah, I think tonight I'm going to create after this, and I am going to be calming. I am going to be thinking about tranquility and peace because of everything that's going on in the world. My heart goes out to each and every person that is impacted, whether it be the war that's happening currently, whether it be COVID, whether it be just day-to-day loss that you're going through. My heart goes out to you. I'm sending you love wherever you are in the world. It's scary times out there, and I hope we all come through it. I hope the world isn't going to be a worse place, and I hope that you get to do what makes you happy. I hope you get to do some creativity, and remember to give your loved ones a hug. Tell them you love them, and remember to smell the roses. There is still beauty around us. And on that note, I'm going to see you, and yeah, I'm just so excited to share this with you, and I cannot wait to hear your comments and see if you want more of this. But bye bye for now. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.